Hello everyone, and welcome back to This Week in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm your host Rob with MMORPG.com. On this week's episode, we will talk about executive producer Matt Fire's letter on the road ahead, recent changes to the PTS, and additional changes to Cyrodiil. In the road ahead, Matt addressed a number of topics. First off, the team recognizes that some classes are imbalanced, but instead of making knee-jerk reactions, they want to make sure that they make the right changes. Matt revealed in this that he's also mains as a Nightblade, and he understands what it means to be a little bit underpowered, and they think that the DK is still overpowered. And yes, ultimate spamming in PvP sucks, and they plan on addressing that as well. For the EU, your mega server is coming. It should be moving across the pond very soon. PvP campaigns, we'll talk about that a little bit more later, but Matt did address this in his letter, and there are issues that need to be changed, and we have a detailed list that came out after that of proposed changes, and we'll talk about that more in a few minutes. Update 2 is also coming. It took a little over 6 weeks to get the first large update, but will be rewarded with the second update in June. Crypt of Hearts, a new veteran dungeon created for veteran 12 rank characters, will be in this update. It'll continue the Crypt of Hearts story and learn the secrets of Niranith, the Lich. Some of the other highlights are we'll have a field of view slider, which is a much requested feature, lets you tweak it when you're in first person mode. More object interaction. You'll now be able to pick up and equip weapons and armor that we find lying around the world. That's a key feature in the Elder Scrolls franchise, so I'm glad to see that's being put in. And they have more ongoing bug fixes and combat polish. They do have a full list of Update 2 patch notes on the forums. You can go and check that out for yourself. I'm not going to read it all to you because you're just going to get bored and stop listening. Update 3 is planned for July. We should see armor dye, guild insignias, and tabards. They have an emphasis there. Update 3 is planned for July. It'll have armor dye, guild insignias, and tabards. They want to put an emphasis on player customization on that update. They also plan on making delves larger and worth exploring. Delves, I know that we've seen infographics. There's one from Tom's Hardware that was up where the delves do seem very similar. Personally, it didn't really bother me because once you were in there, the textures and different colors, yeah, you might have kind of had an idea of where you were supposed to go, but it felt different enough. They plan on making them larger and worth exploring, so I'm looking forward to that because it's really a key piece of the content that I enjoyed in the game. So I'm looking forward to those changes. They also plan on scaling dungeons to the level of the leader. Do really want this because I hate going into dungeons that I'm over leveled, and the experience rewards were just next to nothing. So hopefully this makes it more playable and you'll be able to help your friends out and do content with them. There's been a change to the PTS, and what a novel concept it is. The public test server is now public. Anybody that has a paying account for the Elder Scrolls Online can go into your launcher and you'll now be able to download the client for the public test server. By the way, it's about a 30 gig client, so it's going to be a heck of a download. It used to be, to get on the PTS, you had to have a whole separate account system. It was a serious pain in the ass, to put it mildly, to keep the two different accounts. I think at one point I had 3 different ZOS accounts to make sure that I could do certain testing. Anyways, everybody, welcome to the public test. Go enjoy it. Help them find these bugs. To get back to the changes to Cyrodiil, there was a recent post on Bethesda's forums by the PvP director where we want to make significant changes to the types of durations of campaigns. To do this, we'd shut down the currently existing campaigns and introduce 5 new ones per mega server, so a total of 10 campaigns. Here are the campaign types and durations we're thinking about adding. Bow of Shadows, veteran rank only, 5-day campaign. Blackwater Blade, non-veteran only campaign, 5-day campaign. Hatteras, 7-day campaign, anyone can join. Chillrend, 7-day campaign, anyone can join. Thornblade, 30-day campaign, anyone can join. To go along with these new campaigns, we'd like to adjust guest passes to have a 72-hour lockout and to make changing your home campaign cost 100,000 AP. Also, with the 72-hour lockout. For those of you wondering, what about the current ongoing campaigns that are about 60-day into their 90-day life cycle? If they bring these down, they will reward people appropriately as if it went the full 90 days, you'd get those rewards. I think it's great. There are too many campaigns that have no one PvPing in them. They're just dead. 5-day campaign, you'd really be in there and you'd want to fight. Oh, and by the way, veteran-only campaigns, non-veteran-only campaigns, thank you, because as a level 49, it's pretty painful to be in there. Or as a level 11, and you're just getting rolled by vet rank 12s. So, yes, you get boosted to 50, doesn't make you viable. Non-veteran-only campaigns, that's awesome. Kick up the experience points a little bit while you're at it so people can actually functionally level in Cyrodiil and not have to go through the rest of the game if they don't choose to and they only want to PvP, and you've got a winner. 5 days, that's great. You could have people in there waiting in queue to get into the campaigns because they want to make sure they're not missing any time in 5 days. 90 days, people don't care. You just wait to the end and then you go for it. 7 days, again, that's great. 30 days is the max. If you want to be in more for the long term, 30 days, that's plenty of time. I don't think anybody's going to sit around. Let me rephrase that. I don't think too many people are going to be upset that the campaigns aren't 90 days anymore and that 30 days isn't long enough. That's all for this week, everyone. Thanks for joining. Let's continue this conversation on social media. You can follow me on Twitter @Graculin. I'll be at E3 next week, so I'm not sure if I'll have an episode or not. I will be sure to bother the ZOS team and try and get any inside information from them I can. Make sure to leave any questions you have in the comments below or send them to me on Twitter.